Your outlet stopped working, but you checked the panel and none of the breakers are tripped. So what happened? Most homeowners assume it's a bad breaker, but in reality that's rarely the problem. In most cases, the issue is usually just a loose connection somewhere on the circuit, and one loose connection can shut off power to multiple outlets or lights. In this video, I'll show you the fastest way to track down the problem without tearing half your house apart.
Step 1. Start with the simple things. Let's start with the basics. If the problem is a light that won't turn on, the first thing to check is the bulb. Swap it with a bulb that you know works, or test it in another lamp. Even brand new bulbs straight out of the package can be bad. We used to call them a dud. But once we know the bulb is good, the next tool that helps us a lot is a non-contact voltage tester. Years ago we called them ticker tracers. These testers beep and light up when they're near a live wire. Just remember, they aren't perfect, so never trust one with your life, but they're useful for troubleshooting. Before using it, always test the tester by holding it near something you know has power, like a lamp cord that's on or something. Then hold it up into the light socket with the switch on. If it shows no power, then the problem is somewhere before this point. Which leads us to step 2, is to understand how circuits work. This is where many people get confused. The outlets and lights in your house are usually wired in a chain, kind of like an extension cord running through the walls. Each outlet or light is simply another stop along that cord. So if a connection fails at any point along that cord, or at any one device, then anything after that point loses power. That's why you might see something like one outlet works, and then the next one is dead. And everything after that is also dead. As you're walking away from the panel, as you're getting farther away. The actual problem may not be the outlet that stopped working. It could be the outgoing wire on the outlet just before that on the circuit. Step 3 is use an outlet tester. Instead of taking apart the switches and lights right away, I like to grab a plug-in outlet tester. They're cheap tools, but they tell you a lot, and it's a quick test. You just plug it into the outlet and the pattern of lights shows you what's happening. The meanings are printed right on the tester, so they're really easy to read. Now go around the room and test every outlet nearby, and even in nearby rooms. You're looking for patterns like this. The first outlet working normally, second outlet dead, third outlet dead. That usually means the problem is the last working outlet or the first dead one. That dramatically narrows down where you need to look. Okay, step 4. That'd be the most common problem. And in my opinion, the most common cause of dead outlets with the breaker still on would be a loose neutral wire. Every device needs 2 wires to work, a hot wire and a neutral wire. The switch only interrupts the hot wire, but the device still needs both to operate. If the neutral wire comes loose somewhere, you might still detect power with the tester, but nothing will work. Outlet testers will often show this as an open neutral, and this happens more often than people realize. Connections can loosen over time from heat or wires being pushed into the box or cords being yanked from the outlets or just poor original connections. Okay. Step 5, checking the outlet. Once you've identified the area where the problem is likely, turn off the power. Turn off the breaker that you think it is. Then remove the outlet cover and pull the outlet out of the box. Look for things like loose screws or wires that slipped out or burn marks or cracked plastic, maybe a loose wire nut connection from other junctions they put inside the box. And also check for wires that are backstabbed onto outlets. Those are notorious for coming loose, and I talk about that in a couple of my other videos. Go watch them. And if you do see any backstab connections, you're better off to move the wires to the screw terminals instead. And then when tightening any of the wire nut connections, you need to twist the wires together with lineman pliers first and install the wire nut. An old electrician once told me a wire nut is a protection device, not a connection device. And after seeing thousands of electrical boxes, I found that advice to be pretty accurate. Check out my video on home fire causes and how to prevent them to hear more about that and other things that you can do to upgrade the safety of your wiring as you're doing all this work. It's linked in the description. And if you're finding connections that weren't twisted, that's a huge fire hazard. And it has a high possibility of being your problem. I advise fixing all those that you can find. Okay. And before you put everything back together, there's one more thing that shuts off outlets all the time that many people forget to check, and maybe I should have mentioned earlier, but that's to look around for nearby GFCI outlets. We'll call that step 6. Look around the area for GFCI outlet. These are the outlets with the test and reset buttons. A tripped GFI can shut off power to multiple outlets downstream. Bathrooms, kitchens, garages, and basements often have them. It's one of the codes. Just press the reset button and see if the dead outlet comes back on. You may have to push test and reset a couple times, and if it doesn't come back on, either the problem is before that, or it could be a bad GFI. You can test that theory by removing it and touching the wires together and with the wire, connecting them with the wire nut, and see if you have power on downstream or not. Okay, now these are the most common reasons for outlets to stop working while the breaker's still on, but there are still several other possibilities, like hidden junction boxes with a loose connection, or a damaged wire somewhere, or a loose connection in the panel, or problems inside a light fixture. In my troubleshooting video, I walk through the entire process step by step so you can track down any electrical problem in a house. And if you want to learn more about how to trace the circuits and find the problems fast, you might want to check out that video next. It'll save you hours of frustration. And the one I mentioned earlier about the fire prevention upgrades, it shows you how to do everything as you're working to upgrade everything and make it safer and more high quality work. Stay safe out there. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.